Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Read Em. My name is Emily and today is part 2 of my Summerween reading vlog. I apologize in advance for how chaotic this video is going to be. Summerween, the second half, ended up being during the work week and I just kind of floundered and did not get it done. However, I really wanted to read at least one of the books I promised I would read in the last video. So I decided to extend it by like 2 days and I did end up reading 2 books in this video. So at least there's that. I don't want this intro to be long. Let's just get straight into it. Oh, look. Hi, Sim. You want to say hi? I have a lot to update you guys on. One is that I'm gonna be honest and admit that it is no longer actually Summerween. But the last 3 days of Summerween were during the work week and I was just simply drowning and was very, very tired. So I did not end up reading, except I did read a book for work, which actually was a spooky middle grade book, and I'll talk more about that later. I think that can count for Summerween, which is good. I think that will count, and I'll talk about that in another clip. I do want to finish reading The Chalkman, so I think I'm going to try to do that tonight. And my goal was to finish this like today, and I think, I still can, or at least I can make a good dent. I'm like at least a third of the way through, maybe closer to 40%. But I'm home alone currently, and my dog, little Austin, has been having some problems, and so that has been a bit stressful and it's hard to focus on my book. I don't know if I'll actually be able to finish tonight. But I did watch all of Black Mirror, the rest of season 6, and I had a good time. I do think none of them were like 5-star material, but they were all fun. Beyond the Sea is still my favorite. My favorite that I watched today was Loch Henry. I thought it was good. I think if you want an even better true crime mystery situation though, watch Prisoners, aka the best thriller ever created. That being said, I think I'm going to continue reading this. It is still good. It's still a bit slow. I know it'll eventually pick up, and I really like this author's writing. So that being said, I'll see you guys soon when I update once again about this. Okay, I tried to read more and it's not really happening. I think I'm very itchy and fidgety right now. So I think I need to dance. I think that's what I've decided. And I don't mean the choreographed dancing that we saw in the last vlog. I mean like I need to have a dance party and no one's home so no one can stop me. But the new Troye Sivan song came out and it's been in my head all day. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna start with that and we're just gonna have a good time. Alright, so I finally finished The Chalkman by CJ Tudor, and part of the reason that I didn't get a lot of this reading done during the week was, yes, I was busy and everything, but also in the end this was a 2.5. I think that the writing style is interesting, it's good, it's really perfect for fans of Stephen King's The Body, which is also what the movie Stand By Me is based on. I think the portions of this that are told from 1986 that are about like the kids growing up, riding their little bikes around, getting into shenanigans, whatever, that is super reminiscent of The Body, and also the fact that they come across a body, like it's kind of the same setup. However, this book is like under 200 pages and this book is under 300 pages. So I feel like this just really feels like a bloated version of this with suspense that doesn't make sense to me. I feel like the longer I'm sitting with this, the harsher I am being, because it really wasn't like horrendous. Like I finished it. Usually if I don't like a book, I'll stop reading it. This was enough to keep me going, and the writing was very competent, and I've read from her before. I've read The Drift and really liked that book because the second half was show-stopping. This one, the first half was slow, as I was kind of prepared for, but the second half, it didn't do anything for me. And I think part of the problem was the alternating timeline, because I would forget the little cliffhanger that happened in the previous timeline, because then I would get a really long chapter from the present timeline, and then I'd forget that I was waiting for a reveal from the last one, and then it just like none of the reveals really hit for me, even though they were surprising. A lot of things were surprising. Nothing felt like it really mattered or was like earned to me personally. I also have some gripe with the synopsis on the back of this. Thank God I did not read it. I did go into this thinking it was about a serial killer, just because I don't know why The Chalkman just like gave off that vibe. It's not. It's really just like a normal mystery thriller kind of situation. But I did not read the back, and I read it after I read the book, and I'm so happy I did that because the back spoils things that don't happen until over halfway through the book. So don't read the back if you're still interested in reading this. The good news is though that this did fulfill the rest of the prompts for the Summerween Readathon, which were to have orange and black on the cover, to read a book that takes place during fall, and to read a thriller. So it did accomplish all of those things, even if I didn't end up loving it. And now the other book that I read for Summerween was actually a book that I read for my job, and it's not out yet. It's called The Doomsday Archives, The Wandering Hour. This book will be releasing like in January, but I read it for my job and it was a cute little middle grade horror. I had a good time with it. I think it'll be a fun series for kids. It's kind of like Goosebumps and like Stranger Things, but for a more Gen Z audience. I had a good time reading it. I was unfortunately unable to read The Troop by Nick Cutter because I just didn't have time, but at least I got another horror book in, even if it was read during the work week. So with all that being said, I'm happy to say that I read 4 books for Summerween this year, even if 2 of them were a little bit delayed. And I gave out a lot of different ratings. I had a 5-star, I had a 4-star, I had a 2.5 star, and I have an unrated one that I read for work. Now, I'm just gonna highlight it again, even though it wasn't from this video. This is a 5-star, Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. Only read it if you're ready for some like messed up things. It's really good, has a lot to say, I'd recommend. So I wanna give a quick thank you to Olivia Reads a Latte and Gabby Reads for hosting this readathon every single year. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm so glad that I got to participate again this year, and I'm excited to see if they do any more like intermediate ones throughout the rest of the year. I also, of course, want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider liking, commenting, subscribing for engagement, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!